Thank you for watching. If you like my content, I would love for you to support my Patreon page. Starting as low as $3 per month, you can contribute to my media. Contributions allow me to upgrade equipment and more time to dedicate to bring you up-to-date videos and merchandise. Click the link below in the description to get started today. And again, thank you so much for supporting me all these years.
2, 1. That was Faith Evans. You used to love me. So I know that I said that I had done all I could here about this whole Monique situation, but over the weekend, her and her husband released a video where I was doing an interview and I detailed my daughter's sexual trauma. Monique has taken that video and perverted it for her own uses. She's decided to add her own narrative. I will only say this, and I'm answering this now in response to a request from my daughter, who of course, over the weekend was crying, of course, having her trauma trotted out in front of the world in a situation she had nothing to do with, that doesn't have anything to do with a contract, would be traumatizing to anybody, particularly when it's from somebody who claims to love us for real. But she proceeded to talk about how I let a man touch my child, which nothing could be further from the truth. They were both 13 years old. They were friends that had grown up together. She told me about it years later, and when she told me about it, I and this is something I lament to this day, denied that I said, well, you know, that's what kids do. Now, that was my estimation of it. It was not her interpretation of it. She was hurt by that. And I will never forgive myself for not, A, believing her, and B, handling it the way I did. But for Monique, A, to put a man in that room, which never happened, and B, to bring up sexual trauma in an argument that has nothing to do with what you're talking about, is unconscionable. My daughter Tyler addressed it, my daughter Ryan addressed it with her in a letter. And the thing that I was most proud about in the letter is not only that she held her head high, because she's supposed to. The other thing is, she said there are legitimate things you could have gone after my father about, because my children know exactly who I am. They know that I'm not perfect. They know that I'm flawed. And none of them would have a problem with you assailing things that are really true. But you and your husband putting a man in my daughter's room, and that is not what I said, and weaponizing it and using in a trite argument shows exactly how low you are. You are a monster. You literally are. You didn't play Precious. You didn't play Precious's mother. You let her out. You stopped pretending to be human, and you won a role for being you won an Oscar for being exactly who you are. Who says they love women and are there for women and protect the babies and would trot out someone's sexual trauma just to use in an argument? I don't know anything about you. I know that what happened to you when you were a child, what happened to you when you were growing up, those things are traumatic to you, and I would never bring them up. Never. It would never occur to me to do it, because that's not where I live. That's not what I do. You have had this argument or this show be about everything. It was about a contract. It was not. It was about an insult on the radio on my radio station. The question never aired. You know it never aired, and you continue to have this. And then you have the temerity to answer my daughter's letter with an invitation to come on my show. I will never let you on my show. Never. You will never talk to my children. I will never have anything to do with me. You do not exist. Maybe leaving my children out of your mouth will leave you room for the food you love so much. Look, you can continue to do whatever you want to me. That is fair game. I'm in this business. For you and your husband to continue to do things like this, you have already, first it was a contract. You've attacked everything. The dog, my wife, now my children. Enough. You do not exist to us. You don't get to break my family. You don't get to do that. I don't know if you ever had a man who loved you as much as I love my children. I don't know if you've ever had anybody who's standing in your stead, because the man next to you damn sure ain't doing it. All he's doing is wrecking what's left of the rubble of a career that you're pretending to build, trying to build back. Leave my children alone. Stay with me and we're fine. You're a horrible woman. You love women like Ike loves Tina. Now that girl over there, well, I shouldn't call you a girl, this woman over here, you know one thing for sure. I love you. And I'd never let it. And I'm your daddy for real. And you don't have to pay me for it. One day, I hope that you're happy and you can stop being such a miserable, low human being. Maybe one day you will get to be as small as you often act. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.
I should be taking my final break at work, but I just got some news fresh off the press. Okay, as you know, the whole Monique D.L. Hughley thing has been heating up. Monique threw out the allegation saying that D.L. Hughley let a man touch his child. Because D.L. Hughley admitted on the Sway in the Morning interview that his daughter was sexually assaulted by a family friend, and he didn't believe her right away. He basically admitted that he fucked up and was being very transparent about it. Monique got her information from someone on the internet and didn't bother to research that. So, on the D.L. Hughley Morning Show, he gave some context to this. His daughter was sitting in the studio. They didn't show her face, but his daughter was in the studio because he did address his daughter. And he, in the GED section of the show, which I love because he always goes in and gives good information, he clarified the statement from this interview that was done years ago. So apparently, the person that touched his daughter, and I'm not saying this makes it any better, the person that touched his daughter was his daughter's age when it happened. So basically, a little boy, 13 years old, his daughter was 13, touched his daughter, and he dismissed it as boys will be boys, not realizing that the trauma that his daughter went through at the time was hurtful. And that's why he hurts, because he didn't look at it as, okay, you know, it was something bad. But, you know, now, that gives a whole lot of context to it. Because when he told that story then, you know, I don't know if his daughter was a minor, which would have made that other person a minor. So he's not going to give a name out because that involves his parents. So we don't know if it was taken care of. We don't know if, you know, he talked to their parents. In other words, his daughter, they moved past it. And Monique tried to use it as a weapon against D.L. Hughley. She didn't do it because she loved black women. She didn't do it because she was trying to protect this girl. She did it for self-gain. She did it because she's selfish. This is why I tell black women all the time, you cannot fight for everybody. Monique has done too much to us as a people. She wanted to cancel Netflix because they didn't give her Dave Chappelle money. I also watched the Wanda Sykes interview where Wanda was talking about that. She said, yes, it is true that Hollywood does lowball black women, but she would never handle it the way Monique handled it, because what happened was Netflix did her the same way. She said, okay, she went to another network, got her special. So when she circled back to Netflix, when she was doing another special, they gave her better numbers. Monique has horrible management with her husband. He's a horrible manager. She has a horrible PR team, which is her manager. She's basically driving her career into the ground because she loves her daddy. So you have to understand, while everybody wants Monique to win, Monique doesn't want to win. Monique feels entitled that she has this Oscar and that she has her daddy, and so she should be paid the most money out of everybody. I got news for you, honey. You are not the most decorated female comedian, black comedian there is, ma'am. Because you have an Oscar. No disrespect, but 666 Mafia got an Oscar for a song called It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp. No disrespect to them at all. I love that. That's hip hop. But you don't see them going around acting like they too good to do a track anymore. Whoopi Goldberg is way more decorated than you, ma'am. She has an EGOT. I mean, she has all of them. you basically got that Oscar that went to your head, and your daddy's dick got you sprung and thinking stupid shit. Leave children's names out of your beef with people. Because DL would never have brought up your situation with your brother or your father or anything like that. Because we have more class than that. And you are losing fans fast because I went to your page and your fans are not fucking with you. People, I'm done with you. I'm not fucking I don't care what you put out. I'm done. But people are slowly moving away from you. And if you become unpopular, you're going to lose that spot on Power or BMF or whatever show it was. Wherever 50 Cent got for you, you're going to lose it because if it becomes bad business, he's not going to fuck with you. So, and I honestly see that on the horizon. So, y'all can go, I'll drop the link to the DL Hughley morning show on here so you guys can go see the whole thing for yourself. And we'll go from there. It's sad, man. Sad days we're living in, where a black woman can't just admit she messed up. Oh, and by the way, DL Hughley said he would never have Monique on his show. Never. And I knew that was coming. OG said, nah, you ain't coming on my show. But anyway, that was a quickie. I just wanted to update y'all on that. Holla at your boy. Peace.